More and more what I found was that it's a musical EQ. As you raise the gain on that frequency, the plugin is listening to the input and saying, like, I hear that you want to go higher here, but I think what you really want is to go higher here, because this would sound really nice. My name's Alex Pasco. I'm a 6-time Grammy Award-winning audio engineer and producer, here to tell you about Bloom. So I'm going to start with just an acoustic guitar here. This is kind of as it was in tracking. Standard acoustic. I'll throw Bloom on it. You can see down in the bottom, this is kind of your visualizer where it's showing you what's actually happening. The white is showing that it's increasing your top end here, a little mid here, and then the bottom end is getting boosted. You can then at that point just grab your amount and increase, and it'll go really far. You can start to see your compression here as well. You open the plugin up, put it on a channel strip, have all of your faders at 0. It knows the EQ curve of what is a pleasing sound. Just turn the amount knob up and you'll start to see it doing its thing. Or you might be like adding a bunch of low end, and as you're adding that low end, you'll notice it's actually taken out a little bit of like low mids, which is kind of reminiscent of the old Pultec trick where you boost and you cut at the same time and you get a boost with a dip in front of it. As you raise the gain on that frequency, you'll notice the frequency moving. The plugin is listening to the input and saying, like, I hear that you want to go higher here, but I think what you really want is to go higher here, because this would sound really nice. So this is what I had in the track, was pushing that low mid a bit more, give it a little body. So again, I use that same exact setting, pushing the low mids up, a little top, but it's all kind of just to taste. While you're tracking, getting the sounds is the production process. It's not a situation where you say, okay, well, I'm going to record this and then we're going to make it sound good. You're trying to get the finished sound while you're tracking. I think it's made harder because nowadays people have a microphone and they plug it into a preamp that's got a volume knob and they set the volume. And then you start recording and that's it. I can have 6 different compressors on buses that I can very easily pop in and say, okay, do we like the vocal through an 1176? Nope. Do we like the vocal with a Fairchild 660? That's the one. Okay, now that we've got that, let's double bus the vocal to a slammed 1176. Okay, that's cool too. Now let's do a little top on, okay, there we go. That's the sound. Getting the sounds at the forefront is essential, you know. You've got the amount knob, which is the amount of change that the plugin's gonna do. But then you also have an attack and a release setting. And what that allows you to do is to make it so that the EQ change is happening slowly or quickly, and then reverting back to 0 slowly or quickly. So you start tweaking it like it's an 1176 and it starts giving you results. Like you put all buttons in on 1176. You can get some nice gentle things out of it, but you can also get some wild drum sounds out of it. These drums were recorded in a booth, so everything was very dry. So there you are. It's cool, but it's kind of dark. Real attacky. Not a lot of release to it. That's a little too aggro there. I'm gonna brighten it up. If you hold Option while you're dragging, you can hear what's happening. You can hear as you drag this high mid up, holding Option, that the frequency is actually getting higher, not just volume higher. lot of low end in there that I don't think is necessary. So that's kind of your EQ sort of thing, but then you can go in here and set your attack and release times. I'm going to go fast release, slower attack. Start bringing that up. Then I'll take the mix and I'll go ahead and back it off just a scotch here. That's kind of a cool vibe there. I find that the previous plugins OX Sound has made were kind of problem solvers. Now, Bloom, on the other hand, it's just a creation plugin that you can use on anything. I don't think there's been anything that I've put it on that it doesn't do something cool to. It takes the engineering out of EQing, really. If you could ever think EQ was fun, this plugin does it.